This man was not only obsessive-compulsive, but also a cruel wife abuser. Just because the towels weren't neatly arranged, he dragged his wife into the bathroom, scolding her while forcing her to fix them whenever her husband was home. Lisa was constantly on edge, terrified of making even the smallest mistake that might anger him. Even while cooking, she couldn't help but open the pantry, checking whether everything inside was neatly arranged and if all the labels faced the same direction. In her own home, she was more cautious than when facing strangers. When Sean saw that dinner wasn't ready, he went out for a walk by the beach. But just a few words with the new neighbor were enough to spark his temper. He stormed back home and started picking on Lisa. Knowing her husband was in a bad mood, Lisa dared not argue back and could only go along with whatever he said. But Sean grew more and more outrageous, even accusing Lisa of having an affair with the neighbor while she was home alone. Even though Lisa immediately denied it, her husband wouldn't let it go. He beat her savagely and hurled vicious insults at her. Suddenly, Sean remembered he was supposed to go sailing with the neighbor that evening, so he quickly changed his demeanor, helped Lisa back up, and tried to soothe her, claiming his violence was just proof of his love. But poor Lisa was already broken-hearted, and she decided to leave this twisted monster. While sailing with the neighbor, the weather suddenly turned. A storm tore the sail ropes apart. Sean rushed to help, but the boom struck him and knocked him into the sea. Luckily, the neighbor grabbed him and pulled him back onto the boat. That was when Sean realized Lisa had vanished. They shouted her name over and over, but she was nowhere to be found. They called the rescue team to search the waters, and only Lisa's life jacket was recovered. Sean knew Lisa couldn't swim, so he believed she had drowned. As expected, the rescue team searched for days, but never found her body. Convinced Lisa was dead, Sean held a funeral for her in grief. But months later, a phone call from a swimming coach exposed the truth. Lisa had secretly been taking swimming lessons behind his back. On the day of the incident, she swam back to shore and quietly returned home. She climbed into the attic and took out a package that had long been prepared with money and essentials for escape. She quickly changed clothes, cut off her long hair, put on a wig she had prepared, slipped the ring from her finger, and flushed it down the toilet. That very night, she boarded a bus and fled this place of sorrow.